So student, now I am going to discuss the question of the first chapters. You see, first question is why does the color of copper sulfate solution change when an iron nail is dipped in it? Actually, what's happened in this case, displacement reaction occur. You see, copper sulfate whenever copper sulfate reacts with copper sulfate CuSO4 when reacts with iron, then you see the iron is more reactive than copper. That is why iron will displace copper from its solutions, forming ferrous sulfate plus copper. Okay, so what's happened, copper is displaced by iron due to the iron is more reactive than copper. That is why displacement reaction occur. The color of copper sulfate is the color is blue, and whenever ferrous sulfate is formed, the copper sulfate solution become fade, that is the color is decreased. That is why copper sulfate solution change its colors. Okay, next question number 2. Given example of double displacement reaction other than the one given in activity 1.10, you are asked to give the example of double displacement reactions which is not in your book. That is, you may take many examples like silver nitrate plus, you may take any other compounds like sodium chloride. This is silver nitrate. Silver has the valency 1, nitrate is a polyatomic ion, it has also valency 1, sodium has the valency 1, chlorine has the valency 1. That is why this is AgNO3, that is silver nitrate, and it is sodium chloride. So what will happen in displacement reaction? First of all, it is ionized. This is positive, this become positive, and this become negative. Next, sodium is positive and chlorine is negative. Then what's happen? The ion is exchange. Okay, this positive will meet the negative and this will form this. So what's happen? Silver chloride plus sodium nitrate, NaNO3 will form. Okay, this is one type of displacement reactions. The products AgCl will precipitate. It will precipitate. Why? Because all chloride, we have already know one condition, that is all chloride, bromide and iodide salt is soluble except silver chloride, silver bromide, silver iodide. That is silver chloride will be precipitate. Okay, insoluble, that is why it will precipitate. Okay, next question number 3. Identify the substance that are oxidized and the substances that are reduced in the following sentences. You see, I will show you in your textbook. That is, sodium gets oxygen. You see, sodium gets oxygen and it is oxidized. Sodium is oxidized. Again, what's happened? Oxygen gets the positive ions. So whenever any element gets positive ion, then it is reduced. Actually, this condition is not available in your textbook. That is why you should avoid these rules, but simply says sodium gets oxidized by getting oxygens. Okay, next question number 2. So copper oxide plus hydrogen, it forms copper plus water. So copper oxide being reduced by losing oxygen, and hydrogen will be oxidized by getting oxygen. We have already studied about this reaction, so I don't like to explain again. So you see in your textbook these reactions is available. That is copper oxide plus hydrogen, hydrogen gets oxidized by getting oxygen, and copper oxide being reduced by losing oxygen to copper. Okay, so write this reaction from your textbook. So next exercise. See the first question. Which of the statement about the reaction below are incorrect? Lead oxide plus carbon, lead plus carbon dioxide. You see, you are asked to select the incorrect one. So which one of the following statement will be incorrect? You see, lead oxide first, lead is getting reduced. Actually, lead is not getting reduced. You see, lead oxide is reduced because lead oxide loses oxygen and form lead. Okay, that is why this line is not correct. Okay, lead oxide is reduced, but lead is not reduced. So this is one of the incorrect one. Next, second sentence. Carbon dioxide is getting oxidized. Here you see this is carbon and it will get oxygen to form carbon dioxide. So whenever carbon gets oxygen and form carbon dioxide, this reaction is oxidation reaction. So carbon dioxide is not getting oxidized. Instead, the carbon is actually getting oxidized to form carbon dioxide. That is why the B, that is this line is also, this point is also incorrect one. So next you see carbon is getting oxidized. This is correct. Carbon is getting oxidized by getting oxygens. Lead oxide is getting reduced. Lead oxide is reduced by losing oxygen to form lead. That is why first one and second one is incorrect. The option will be 1A and B, because you are asked to choose the incorrect ones. So A and B are incorrect. That is option number 1. Okay, next, ferric oxide reacts with aluminium to form aluminum oxide and iron. So the above reaction is an example of displacement reaction, because you see aluminum is more reactive than iron. That is why aluminum will displace iron from its solution, forming aluminum oxide and iron. That is why it will be an example of displacement reaction. That is your option number D. This is next question number 3. What happens when dilute hydrochloric acid is added to iron fillings? Take the correct answer. So what happens whenever dilute hydrochloric is added in iron fillings? So what will happen? Let's see. HCl plus iron, it will form FeCl2 plus H2. So there is one condition that when acid reacts with metal, it will form salt and hydrogen. This is one of the property of metal. So what happens? Iron chloride and hydrogen will form. Okay, so what will be the correct answer? That is the first option, hydrogen gas and iron chloride are produced. This is the correct one. Next, question number 4. Question number 4. What is balance chemical equation? Why should chemical equation be balanced? Okay, you see, what is balanced chemical equations? So balanced chemical equation, about the balanced chemical equation, I have told you that the chemical reaction which has the same number of atom on both sides, that is on the reactant side and product side, is known as balanced chemical equations. Okay, so why should chemical reaction equation be balanced? So to obey the law of chemical combination of substance, in which it was said that the mass cannot be created nor destroyed. That is, in a chemical equation, what's happen? The mass is not created nor be lost. That is the law of conservation of mass of chemical combinations. Okay, so what will be your answers? To obey the law of conservation of mass. Okay, this is the cause for which we should balance the chemical equation. Okay, next question number 5. Translate the following substance statement into chemical equation and then balance them. So you see, first, hydrogen gas combines with nitrogen to form ammonia. So what will be the equation? You see, hydrogen gas combines with it was question number 5a. Okay, 5a, question number 5a. So what happened? Hydrogen gas, it is H2 because it is non-metal, so non-metal remains in molecular form. That is why you should write it as H2 plus N2. Nitrogen is also non-metal, that is why you should write it in molecular form and will form ammonia. You see how ammonia is formed. Nitrogen has the valency T and hydrogen has the valency 1. Whenever we cross it, then what's happened? It will form NH3. Okay, that is why it is ammonia. So now you see there the number of hydrogen is 3 and here the numbers of hydrogen is 2. So that is why we should balance it. 2 and 3, that is 2 is 6. That is why we should balance it by taking the number of hydrogen as 6. So 2 is 6, here 3 to the 6. Okay, again the numbers of nitrogen is atom is 2, here is also 2, hydrogen is 2 to the 6, 3 to the 6. So this is balance. Okay, next question number B, 5b. So hydrogen sulfide gas burn in air to hydrogen sulfide gas burned in air to give water and sulfur dioxide. So hydrogen sulfide, symbol for hydrogen sulfide will be H2S. So hydrogen sulfide burn in air to form sulfur dioxide and give water and sulfur dioxide. Okay, so the symbol for hydrogen sulfide will be H2S. Okay, again burn in air. Burn in air means oxygen O2, and it will form it will give water and sulfur dioxide. Water, symbol for water is H2O, and sulfur dioxide, that is SO2. Okay, so here you see, so symbol for hydrogen sulfide is H2S, this is O2. So whenever any element reacts with air, then you see this is nothing but oxygen, because oxygen in the air reacts exclusively. Okay, so that is why we write whenever there is a mention of reaction with air, then we only write the oxygen O2. So hydrogen sulfide plus oxygen, then what happens when hydrogen sulfide is burned in air, that is oxygen, it will form water and sulfur dioxide. Then let's see, so numbers of oxygen is 2 and 3. Okay, so whenever there is 2 and 3, we must turn into 6 numbers of 2 and 3. That will what happen, the numbers of oxygen should be balanced by giving 6 numbers of atom. So to have 6 numbers of atom, we should place here T. Okay, then what happen, oxygen becomes 6 numbers. So here 2, this is 2, so we will give 2 to the 4, 2 to the 4 and 5. Okay, so we will also give 2 to balance the oxygen. So you see 2, 2 to the 4, 4 plus 2 6, 3 to the 6. Okay, now you see numbers of hydrogen in the right side is 4. Okay, sulfur is 2, so here give 2. So 2 is to 3 is to 2 is to 2. So this is balance. So 2 is to 3 is to 2 is to 2. Okay, so you see numbers of sulfur is 2, number of sulfur is 2 here. Also oxygen is 2 and 4 6. So numbers of oxygen is 6 here and also 6. That is why it is balanced. 2 is to 3 is to 2 is to 3 is to 2 is to 2. Okay, next question number C. Barium chloride reacts with aluminum sulfate to get aluminum chloride and precipitate of barium sulfate. So barium chloride reacts with, barium symbol for barium chloride will be BaCl2, reacts with aluminum sulfate. Aluminum sulfate symbol for aluminum sulfate will be Al2SO4 whole bracket T, which will form aluminum chloride and precipitate of barium sulfate. Aluminum chloride AlCl3 plus precipitate of barium sulfates. So barium sulfate will be solid, that is why it is precipitate, and other will be aqueous. So you see barium chloride, it is aqueous, aluminum sulfate aqueous, aluminum chloride and barium sulfate. So remember the valency of barium, this is 2, that is why BaCl2, chlorine has 1, aluminum has valency 3, this is, and sulfate has the valency 2, that is why the symbol for aluminum sulfate will be Al2SO4 whole bracket 3. Then aluminum has the valency 3, chlorine has 1, that is why AlCl3, and barium has also 2 and sulfate has also 2, that is why the symbol for barium sulfate will be BaSO4. So this is insoluble, that is why it is precipitate. So I hereby ask you to remind the solubility and insolubility products which I have told you about, which I have told you in the double displacement reactions, to know what products will be precipitated from a solution. So remind the table and you will easily be understand what products will precipitate from the double displacement reactions. Okay, so here barium sulfate will precipitate. Next, so this is yet to be balanced. Okay, so numbers of barium is 1, here is 1, chlorine is 2, 3. Okay, whenever there is 2 and 3, we make it 6, so here 3. Then once again numbers of barium will be 3, here also 3. Okay, so numbers of chlorine is 2 3 is 6, here 2 3, that is why we put 3 2. So 2 3 is 6, 3 2 is 6, chlorine is balanced, barium is also balanced, 3, barium, numbers of barium atom is 3, here is also 3. Then SO4, here SO4 group is 3, then T SO4 will also be 3 because T is multiplied by both the elementary compounds. Okay, so next aluminum, numbers of element is 2, aluminum is 2, that is why it is balanced. So 3 is to 1 is to 2 is to 3. Okay, this is the balanced chemical equation. Next, go to the question number D. Potassium metal reacts with water to give potassium hydroxide and hydrogen gas. So potassium metal means K plus reacts with water H2O, it will give potassium hydroxide KOH plus hydrogen gas H2. Okay, so potassium metal reacts with water to give potassium hydroxide and hydrogen gas. You see, actually when metal reacts with water, it directly do not form metal hydroxide. There is two steps. That is, when metal reacts with water, it will first form metal oxide. Then this metal oxide reacts with water to form metal hydroxide. Okay, you see, so you don't this is not correct that directly metal reacts with water to form metal hydroxide. In this, what's happened, there are two steps. Okay, so first metal reacts with water to form metal oxide. Again, metal oxide when reacts with water, it will form metal hydroxide. Okay, so this is directly metal do not react with water to form metal hydroxide. This is the final stage. Okay, there is two steps. Okay, now you see numbers of hydrogen is 2. Here is also 2 and 3. That is why you should balance it 2. So whenever we put the digit 2, then hydrogen 2 plus 2 4. Okay, so you may put here 2. So what's happened, hydrogen hydrogen is also balanced 4. Here 2 plus 2 4. Hydrogen atom is balanced. Next, numbers of potassium is 2. Here is also 2. Okay, so potassium is 2, then hydrogen 2 plus 2 4. Here 2 multiplied by hydrogen 2 plus 2 4. Oxygen 2, that is 2. Okay, so all these are balanced. 2 is 2, 2 is 2, 2 is 2, 1. Okay, so question D is balanced. Next, you see question number 6. So balance the following chemical equations. Nitric acid plus potassium hydroxide, it will form calcium nitrate plus water. So you see the numbers of nitrate in the product is 2. Here it is 1. That is why you can put here 2. Okay, so let's see question number 6A. Nitric acid HNO3 reacts with calcium hydroxide CaOH whole bracket 2, which will form calcium nitrate CaNO3 whole bracket 2, because calcium is the valence 2, and water. Okay, so let's see. Nitric acid HNO3 reacts with calcium hydroxide CaOH whole bracket 2 to form calcium nitrate and water. Okay, so what will happen, you see here nitrogen numbers of hydrogen is 1 and 3. Okay, here 2. So we should balance it. So it is very easy. Numbers of hydrogen is 2 here, and here this is 2. Okay, 2 plus 1 3. That is why here we put 2. Then what will happen, the numbers of hydrogen will be 2 plus 2 4. That is why at the end we will put the digit 2. That is 2 and 2. Okay, 2 into 2, the numbers of hydrogen will be 4. Again you see NO3, there is two NO3 group. This is group. Here is also NO3 2. But the NO3 is balanced. Next, what's happened, calcium, numbers of calcium is 1. Here is also 1. It is also already balanced. Numbers of hydrogen already balanced. Oxygen 2. Here is also 2. OH. Okay, this is 2. Twice numbers of hydrogen. And whenever we put digit 2, then what's happened, this 2 is multiplied by other elements also. That is why that 2 4, hydrogen will be 4, and 2 oxygen will be 2. Okay, so this is balanced. So 2 is 2, 1 is 2, 1 is 2, 2. Okay, next B. Let's see. Sodium hydroxide reacts with sulfuric acid to form sodium sulfate and water. Okay, so here numbers of sodium is 1, here 2. Right, that is why you should balance it by taking putting a digit 2 here. So sodium hydroxide NaOH reacts with sulfuric acid H2SO4 to form sulfuric acid to form sodium sulfate Na2SO4 plus water. Okay, you see, sodium hydroxide reacts with sulfuric acid to form sodium sulfated water. Actually, this is one of the property of acid and base. Whenever acid and this is acid and this is base, whenever base and acid reacts each other, it will form salt and water. Okay, it will form salt and water. This is also called as neutralization reaction. So you see, numbers of sodium is 1, here 2. So just put 2. So numbers of sodium is balanced. Next, hydrogen is 2, also 2 here, but it is also 1, that is 2 plus 2 4. That is why we should put here 2 to the 4. Hydrogen is balanced. Next, sodium is already balanced. SO4 group is 1, here is also 1. Then you see oxygen is 2. Next, here is also 2. That is why it is balanced. So what is our digit? That is 2 is to 1 is to 2. Okay, next, see, let's see what is the question. Sodium chloride plus silver nitrate, it will form silver chloride plus sodium nitrate. You see, in case of some reactions, what's happened, it is already balanced. Okay, so just calculate the numbers of atom on both sides. That is, numbers of sodium in the reactant is 1, and here is also 1. NO3 group is also 1, here is also 1. Silver is 1, chlorine is 1, chloride is 1. Okay, that is why it is already balanced. You did not put any digit here. Okay, if you put any digit here, then it will be incorrect one. Okay, next, question number D. C is already balanced. Next, question number D. Barium chloride BaCl2 reacts with sulfuric acid to form barium sulfate and hydrochloric acids. So here numbers of barium is 1, hydrogen is 2, here hydrogen is 1. Okay, so you just put here 2, digit 2. Okay, then all reactant and product numbers of atom in the reactant and product will be balanced. Okay, so numbers of barium 1, SO4 group is 1, hydrogen 2, chlorine is 2. Okay, so just put 2 digit in the left side of the hydrochloric acid symbol, that is HCl. Okay, so 1 is to 2. So the question for questions in the 6 number question is completed. That is, we are asked to balance the equations. We have already balanced it. So next, see the question number 7. So in question number 7, what's happened? You should write the balanced chemical equation for the following equations. So calcium hydroxide, carbon dioxide, calcium carbonate and water. So these are written in the word. You should write it in the chemical formulae first, and then you should balance it. So I hope you will remember the other balance equation I have already told you. So I request you to memorize these equations and try to solve other chemical equations in your home, and you will give me this answer to my send me this answer to my WhatsApp. Okay, I will tell you the next question in the next class. Thank you. Have a good day.